Welcome back to Vaguely Dallas. I got one of your hosts, Sarana, here, and
Sherley, hello.
And why do we consume content the way we do? Can you explain? Is it the anxiety? Is it the depression?
Well, as someone who consumes a lot of content, I get bored very easily.
That is fair.
That is like a recurring theme. I feel like I mention it maybe every other episode. I'm like, well, I get bored very easily. And it is true.
But yet you can't watch the 7-minute videos that I've made. Interesting.
Okay, in my defense, I need to like overstimulate myself in order to feel something.
Oh.
I mentioned it yesterday. I don't know if this one will be out before the one that I mentioned.
We have no idea what the order of these are gonna be, so who knows?
Okay, so in one of the recordings, I mentioned that like when I take a shower or brush my teeth or cook or do dishes, I need to have something playing while I'm doing things. Whether it's like a show that I've watched a lot, so like I don't need to see it, I can just hear it, or music or anything. But I can't do podcasts. Podcasts are great.
It's fine, be honest.
I'm a visual person.
Be honest, you don't like podcasts.
I don't like podcasts, not really. Because I can't just hear. And it feels weird. Like, if I'm hearing people talk, I need to see them.
No, it's the same. Like, that's why I only listen to the podcasts that I listen to. They're all viewable podcasts. Otherwise, I would not be able to consume the content.
But here's the thing, right? I watch things on my phone. So, like, if I'm watching something for the first time, I need to actually watch it. But I can't watch something on my phone and be on my phone at the same time. So I just don't watch podcasts either for that very reason. I mean, simple solution, use a computer. But I'm not going to do that. That's too easy.
Did we talk about how we both are on different sides of like using devices?
No.
Because I could live without my phone easily.
I cannot.
But I could not go a couple of days without my laptop.
I literally let my father my laptop because I don't even use it that often.
No, it's interesting because like the platforms that you consume content on, I feel like also really ties into the type of content that you consume.
Absolutely. But it's also like the life that you lead. I'm never home. Like I'm always on the go, which is I think why I'm so attached to my phone. Because like I can be on the train on my phone, walking on my phone, at work on my phone. Whereas like you don't need to leave the house as often.
No, you were right the first time. Okay. I don't leave the house at all. So that's why I'm always on my computer.
It makes sense for you to be able to be on your, but I can't whip out my computer in the middle of like the work day. I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Except for like during my lunch break, I'll like use my work computer. Can I say that? To watch TV.
Oh, well, it's on your break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your break is your break. You
this
can.
Is fair.
Yeah. You're just utilizing a resource that
this is fair.
Yeah, it's fine. So, what is the content that you're consuming to keep yourself super stimulated?
The dumbest content. I watch a lot of Bob's Burgers because it's my comfort show. So I've seen every episode like a million times. So I can't picture things. Like that's a whole nother thing, by the way. And I just saw a video on it this morning where like it's a whole disorder where you literally cannot picture things.
Where'd you see this?
On TikTok.
Okay. Just one, so the people know where you're getting your facts.
TikTok and Twitter. But they have sources and I sometimes Google things after. In my defense, when I tell people, hey, I saw this thing, I'm like, I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
I just saw this thing on TikTok.
That's how 90% of our conversations start.
All right,
it's like, oh my God, have you seen this thing? Sends a TikTok link. Me, oh my God, have you seen this thing? Sends a Twitter link.
Yeah.
But at least we have the premise of, hey, I don't know, I didn't fact check, but like,
someone on the internet
that's crazy.
Me. Yeah. But like people can't. Some people actually see things in their head when they're thinking about things or have memories.
Yeah.
Do you see things in your head?
I'm a very vivid dreamer and I can see very vividly when I dream. But if I'm like to close my eyes and imagine like a beach or like an apple or something, I can start putting it together, but it's never a full picture.
If you're not watching the podcast, I'm staring into the screen like bewildered by this.
Like a fourth wall break. Like,
yeah,
oh
like
God.
What is happening? You can see things in your mind.
Sometimes, like when you turn on like an old TV and it's kind of just like a gray, gray outline.
Yeah, so there's different levels.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. There's different levels. It's like 5 different levels. The first being me, where I literally I can't see things in my mind. Like I always thought picture this was
think about the word really hard.
Yeah, like a metaphor for like imagine. I don't. Is it a metaphor? A simile? Whatever. One of the English words. correct me. But so the first time it came up, I was actually at work, and my coworker was like, "Shirley, close your eyes," and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna get pranked right now."
It's like someone's gonna slap me on the face.
Right.
Oh my god!
And they're like, "Close your eyes," and I was like, "All right, cool, close my eyes." And they're like, "Imagine an apple." So I'm like, "Okay." So in my head, I'm just saying the word.
It's like apple.
Yeah. And they're like, "All right, what do you see? Like, what are you imagining?" And I'm like, "Oh, like red, bite taken out of it, like kind of short, like a Fuji apple."
You're literally just like listing the attributes that you would want to see.
Like when I think of an apple, these are the things that I think of. And I'm like, okay, like if you're saying apple, I'm like bite taken out of it, like a Fuji apple. Like I'm just like, I just think about a Fuji apple, but I don't actually see it.
You're just doing word association.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, all right, did you actually see it though? I'm like, what do you mean? See it? No, my eyes were closed. Like, how would I see it?
No, it's just black. Like,
yeah,
I can't.
What? And they're like, yeah, like, don't you actually see it? And that's the first time that it came up, and I was just like,
mind
what
blown.
are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, because my coworkers, and they're both artists. One is a fashion designer in her spare time. She went to school for it and everything. And the other one is a painter. So they're like, yeah, they legit see these things. Like they see the red apple on the table. They see the green apple on the table. And I'm just like, blew my mind. So then I went to ask my sister, because my sister is also an artist. She paints, she sculpts, she does the whole shebang. And she was like, what do you mean people see things? I was like, all right, so it runs in the family. It is genetic, apparently.
That's really interesting, though.
And she thinks it's the reason she can't come up with original content. And she's a copy artist. Like, she can copy things to a T. But she thinks that's the reason that she can't come up with her own ideas, is because she cannot picture things in her mind.
But also, she's setting a limitation for herself in saying, oh, because I can't visualize things mentally, therefore I cannot make
that's a recent discovery that she's made. But she's always said she can't come up with her own ideas, but now she's like, well, maybe this is the explanation for why I can't come up with my own ideas. But she is also, so me and my sister are very different people. My sister,
you don't say,
thrives in silence. She's like you.
I don't thrive in the silence.
Right.
I've learned over the years, I've trained myself to be a little more comfortable with the silence.
They thrive in the silence. Like, they can sit there and in just silence and they're okay. My sister at most will play like music maybe, but like she can be in the shower or she can brush her teeth or she can do her hair in silence and she's fine. It's normal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't often take my phone into the bathroom.
I always take my phone into the bathroom. I make sure to aim the camera away just in case the Apple nerds are watching. But I do take it with me. And like I have a specific spot where I put my phone that is far enough away from the shower. Like you walked in on me doing my hair earlier this morning and my phone was on the sink.
I mean, yeah, it was optimal viewing place, so it made sense.
Yeah.
After the explanation of, I have to watch content while I do things.
Yes. So I was doing my hair and watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I have not seen the newest season. It also not only is like I need to watch and hear things while I'm doing things, I need to do things while I'm watching and hearing things.
Yeah,
so it works both ways.
As stimulated as you can possibly be. Oh, yeah. English. So, it's the only language I know, by the way.
I know too, and I speak neither. But yeah, so it applies that way also, which is why I can't watch foreign things. Like if it's not in Spanish or in English, I will not watch it because I can't be on my phone and read subtitles at the same time.
So here's the reason why I decided to learn Korean so many years ago. And how I'm mediocre at understanding. It's because I can't do other things while I'm watching. Because I have to read the subtitles. So I was like, no, this is not going to work. So let me learn the language.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm still not there yet. I try really hard, but it's a very difficult language. And I have no one to practice with. Like, it's just something that I decided to like...
You're not immersed in it.
Yeah, I put my head down and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. But I'm like using an app. And there's only so much you can do with Duolingo. But we love Duolingo in this household. Hey, Duolingo, if you want to sponsor us, let us know. We love your app. I have like an over 1,000-day streak.
Her streak is ridiculous.
Yeah,
the highest I made was
up there.
25. And then I was like, I skipped one day and I was like, all right, well, guess that's it. And never use the app again.
Yeah, no, 1,000 days, over 1,000 days without using the streak repair or the streak benefit, whatever. Yeah. So that's crazy. That's also from the day after I had quit my corporate job.
So that's how many days since you quit your corporate job?
Yeah, it's been over 1,000 days.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a lot, but it also sounds like a lifetime.
But the content that I consume is very long form.
Yeah.
Like I me and my friends who like group watch stuff online, we look at a TV show that's like 12 episodes long or 16 episodes long. And they're like hour-long episodes each. And we're like, okay, yeah, that's like 2 days. Or, you know, maybe we can push to like episode 9 today. And we just sit there and consume like 9 to 10 hours of content. And it's easy for us.
I am obsessive. So I will either binge something and that is all I watch, or I will watch it for a whole day and then never come back to it again. So I recently binge watched Superstore. Great show. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It has an ending. I cried. And I started watching it because my coworker was like, Shirley, you need to watch this show. It literally talks about like what life is like for an employee working retail.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta watch this. And it's so accurate that it was kind of scary. And we started going like, all right, you're this person, you're that person, you two are these people. And when she was like, oh, you're Amy, I was like, oh, thank you. I was very scared I was not going to be Amy. But in 2 weeks, binged 9 seasons. Just like finished it. And then I felt lost. I finished it 2 days ago. And then I was like, well, now what?
That's how I feel after everything that I binge.
But at the same time, there are plenty of shows that I've started. Like I started with my mom. And like when I get home from work is really the only time that I see my mom. So we'll watch it when I get home from work. But if my sister's in the living room and she doesn't like to watch that, we'll watch something else. Yeah. So I don't know if it's because it's that broken apart that there are times where I'll get through 2 seasons and then the 3rd season comes out and I'm like, I don't want to watch it anymore. And the thing is, like, I want to know what happens. Yeah. I want to watch it, but I'm just not in the mood to watch it. And then years will pass and I'm like, yo, you know, we never finished that one show.
Dude, no, I think that's exactly what happened with S.H.I.E.L.D. Because like, when we were university, college, whatever you want to call it, we were both really into that show. Yeah. And, well, you guys are the reason I got into it and the reason I binged all the seasons up until whatever the current season was back then. And then, you know, some stuff happened with the actors and they were caught up into some situations that really made me reconsider the type of content that I wanted to consume and like the people I want to support or whatnot. Like, I'm sure the rest of the show went really well. Like, I've heard really good things about like the recent seasons and stuff like that. But once, you know, these people are fully realized people, right? Outside of their characters, they have responsibilities and they should have morals and, you know, things that they abide by. And in order for me to continue supporting certain pieces of content, because of how I consume content in such like mass chunks at a time, I want to know at least that the people that I'm spending so much time on are like decent human beings. And sure, we can't ever know 100% like what's going on behind the scenes. I just want to know that like
you're not horrible people.
Yeah, you're not an absolute vile piece of garbage.
One of my many traits that I wish I could work on is I'm like a big advocate of separate the actor from the character. And
that is exactly what I do with Black Widow.
Okay.
And I know that's highly problematic.
Yeah.
but Black
sometimes
like
a person can do something so bad that I'm like, I can never watch this person again. I refuse.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm just like, damn, you're such a good actor, though.
Or like, this is such a well
thought out show,
character, or something like that. Like,
yeah, and like I'll continue to watch it. I mean, obviously, if it's like some crazy thing, like they murdered and cannibalized 8 people, I might stop watching it because I'm like, unless they're attractive enough, then maybe I'm like, I can forgive it. I can be cannibalized, but
she's joking. She is joking.
Sure. But I forgot where my train of thought was going.
Yeah, no, there's just some things that I can't.
I'm not a big movie person. That's what I wanted to say. I'm not a big movie person.
Except for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I mean, yeah, but that's just because I needed to hop on that train because I'm basic.
Yeah, you're right. Marvel, we love you. If you want to sponsor us in the future, we will be here to hype up your new releases and stuff like that. Right. Would love to work with you.
But yeah, like I can't do movies. And like you can tell because you'll be like, did you see this movie? Or you'll be talking about a movie and I'm just like,
Cool.
Never gonna watch it, but yeah, it rant away until you force me to watch it, which she has done. She's like, all right, so today you're home from work, cool, we're gonna watch Inception today. And I'm like, okay.
Hey, we did that early into the pandemic, and that's because Inception still stands as one of my favorite.
Still have no idea what happened in that
favorite movies. I mean, yeah, me neither, but like
I've read so many theories. I read theories before I watched the movie, so as I'm watching the movie, I'm trying to figure out the theories, like what they're talking about, like the thing with his ring.
Yeah, his ring is his like token. What is
his token? Yeah.
Was it called a token?
Yeah, it was a token.
Or is it totem?
Whatever. I saw it once. It was started with a T.
Yeah, and his wife's was this. Sorry, Inception spoilers if you haven't seen the movie.
I mean, you really didn't spoil anything other than the ring
and the spinny thing. talking.
Yeah, which we could be talking about Lord of the Rings for all you know.
But yeah, no, it still stands as one of my favorite movies because just the depth of it, and
I don't like depth movies. I'm as shallow as it comes when I'm consuming my content. Like, I want shallow content. I don't want to think hard about things.
I want to think. I want something to leave me in awe, to be like, oh my god, how did they do that? But the thing is, like, that was pre me working in film and production, right? But it really got me super into how did they do that?
Yeah.
I want to learn how to do those cinematic sequences and how to, you know, how to make these rooms move and how are you floating in the air and stuff like that.
You're more technical.
Yeah, like when I used to watch movies prior to working in the industry, I would always go online and be like, behind the scenes of movie. Making of movie, like, you know, just to hear the director's commentary or, like, you know, things like that, because it really interested me. And in retrospect, you'd be like, hey kid, you want to work on movies and production and stuff?
So my sister's the same way, but with the actors. So, like, if she likes something, she'll watch every interview that the actor does to, like, get to know everything that happened on set, everything that happens, like, between them. But, like, she's big on, like, the actor's perspective. I watch a movie and that's it. That's the extent. I won't rewatch a movie. I have to have, like, a very grown attachment. Like, the Harry Potter series, for example, I've seen a million times.
Harry Potter, Shrek.
Yes, Harry Potter, Shrek, Hercules, Mulan.
The Lion King. Well,
no, I've only seen The Lion King like 4 times. Yeah.
Okay, well, I was just gonna, like, lump Disney films.
I mean, yeah, Disney in general, but, like, no, I've actually only seen The Lion King twice because I cried too much.
Did we not go see The Lion King in theaters? Did I go with someone else? Did I go alone?
You hear this? No, you went with me. We went together to see The Lion King, yeah. The live action, not the cartoon. I don't think we knew each other I don't think
we were like fetuses.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was not in this country yet.
Yeah.
No, but I'm a big movie person. I don't say, like, big movie person, but I think when we became friends, you started to go to the movies more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we snuck into 50 Shades at one time because we went to see what were we going to see that day? Red something?
We were supposed to go see Red Sparrow, but it was sold out. Or no, the time didn't align.
Yeah.
So then we went to see something else, which I can't remember.
Date night.
Date night. Game night?
Date night.
It wasn't date night.
No, game night?
I think it was game night.
It was with Tina Fey?
No, not Tina Fey. It was the one where, like, they're all couples and they're friends, and so they start playing a game.
Oh, it was game night.
It was game night, yeah. I can see the actor in my head. Yeah. But I don't know where he is from.
Oh, totally off. Totally off. What movie with Tina Fey am I thinking of?
Mean Girls?
No, it's not Mean Girls.
It was game night, though.
Yeah, it was game night.
We went to see game night, and then we may or may not have also watched 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, we walked in
50 Shades Freed. It was the last one. It wasn't the first movie. And we walked in like 20 minutes into it, and neither of us had seen the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
I read the first book.
No, you were texting Katie and you're like, wait, I need the rundown. What's happened? Currently, they're in a chopper and they're like...
Yeah, I read the first book when I was in middle school. Wow. I read the first book in like 7th or 8th grade. Am I okay?
You shouldn't. Nope.
That explains a lot, though.
No.
My adulthood makes sense.
Oh, she wasn't date night.
Tina Fey?
Yeah.
Maybe she had a very small role, and that's why I don't remember. No. Okay, but you're saying date night. We didn't see date night. We saw game night.
No, we saw date night.
I've never seen this movie, dude. It was game night. I'm telling you.
Okay, no. Yeah, this is 2010. That one's 2018.
Yes.
Okay, but I was not going crazy. Date night is with Steve Carell and Tina Fey. Okay. Yeah. I feel validated. I was not misremembering date night.
Yeah, no, you were remembering date night, right? You were just not remembering that's not the movie we saw.
To be fair, look at the names of these movies.
All right, this is fair. They're both nights. But yes. So I had read the first book in 7th grade, which explains my adult life.
Again, the type of content that you consume really does shape, like...
Absolutely. I was a fanfic reader in like the 6th grade. Yes, it shaped my life. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I knew the basis of what the whole series was about, but I didn't read the second one. I didn't watch the second movie. I didn't watch the first movie. So I texted my sister, who is 5 years younger than me.
By the way, we walked into this movie and there was like maybe 4 or 5 other people in the theater. So we went all the way to the back and like sat in the row and was like, so what's going on? Why are they being chased?
I texted my sister. I'm like, all right, there's a helicopter and it's crashing. What's going on? And she's like, what are you watching? And I was like, 50 Shades Freed? And she was like, all right, so what happens is Anna did this and this happened and she married this guy, but this lady is after her because this is... And I'm like whispering to Sarana, like, so this is what
Which, by the way, I was there busy pulling out my popcorn because I had brought my own popcorn. You know, shouts out to the big ass bags that you get from Costco and BJ's because, like, those come in clutch.
They do.
But yeah, we sat there and watched a good bit of that movie.
Yeah, we saw most of it. We just missed the first 20 minutes. We finished it. I have no idea what it was about.
I still can't tell you a single thing.
I feel like midway it clicked, though. Midway, I was like, oh,
no,
okay.
I definitely sat there and was like, oh my god, this is like, yeah, I can get into this.
But also, like, as someone who read the first book and then saw the third movie, a lot happened in between. Like, it was bizarro.
I think, like, as an action-packed kind of, like, out of nowhere sort of plotless plot movie, it works well if you don't think about it at all.
But also, no one tell me that fanfics are not a thing, because 50 Shades of Grey was a fanfic of Twilight, which was a fanfic of My Chemical Romance. So,
hold on, wait.
Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen. Stephanie Meyer was a Mormon woman who was obsessed with Gerard Way. Gerard, the love of my life.
But we can't pronounce his name, sorry.
It's fine. People can't pronounce mine either, and it's Shirley.
People can't pronounce mine, and Sarana.
They've called me Charlotte.
I've gotten Serena so many times in my life.
Charlotte.
Do I look like I play tennis? I'm sorry.
Where is there a T in my name? I've gotten Stephanie. I've gotten Charlotte. Like, people just don't care to read. Anyway.
Half my name is A's.
Yeah, it is. Ah. And they're all pronounced slightly different. So, nah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yes, so Twilight is a Mormon wet dream of Gerard Way. And I can say that because I am Mormon. That's how that works, right?
Sure.
And then 50 Shades of Grey is a fanfic. It's basically like a COAU of Twilight. So...
Listen, people have hopes and dreams, and they look at things like Twilight and 50 Shades, and they think, while sitting there in their bedroom writing fanfiction, hey, maybe that can be me one day. But no, those are really awful examples of fanfiction. Because shouts out to fanfic writers who do that for free. They're some of the most talented writers.
Listen, I want to my own horn. But...
no, I'm serious. Like, they're some of the most talented writers that I've read in my time reading content on the internet, you know? Like, absolutely. And they do that for free. It's crazy.
And they're getting recognition, which I don't know if it's scary or a good thing. Like, it's a good thing, obviously, if you're trying to break out into writing. Like, I've read plenty of fanfic writers who write fanfics for free as, like, a side hustle while they work on their actual novels. Because it helps break their, like, writer's block. But now, like, I went to Barnes & Noble's and there's, like, a fanfic section.
I haven't been to a bookstore in...
Oh, I go all the time. Well, it wasn't a fanfic section, but it was, like, a Wattpad writer section.
I don't go outside.
All right, this is fair. I'm never home.
To be honest, we used to have, like, the roles reversed.
Yeah, same coin, different sides now.
Yeah, wow. Again, it's all about the balance. Yeah, so from fanfic writers to fanfic readers to movies that we don't watch, even though we should.
To Wattpad now having Wattpad Premium.
What?
Yeah, now you have to pay for certain stories.
I mean, go off, get that coin.
But also, have you seen the grandson of the CEO of Wattpad?
No, I haven't.
Anyways. I don't know how old he is, actually.
We'll fact check that, but if he's not legal, then
I take back my whistle.
But if he is legal, then
double whistle.
Hell yeah.
No, he just looks like he walked out of a fanfic.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
Like, and it's hilarious because apparently they don't want Wattpad to be like a fanfic thing, but it's hilarious because that's all it is.
It's anyway, like AUs of like people putting themselves into
Tumblr's where it's at, where you get all the cringiest fics.
Before we wrap this up, avid fan of Tumblr. Right? I'm an avid fan of Tumblr. But their search functionality sucks.
Oh, it's trash.
It is so awful. And I'm just like, how have you survived as a website, as a quote-unquote social media platform, which it's really just a blog. Really just a blog.
Owned by Yahoo.
Ew. Unless Yahoo Finance wants to sponsor us, then we can do a whole episode about finances and how we've not figured out
and why changing the color purple really was a good change.
Mm-hmm. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, Tumblr search functionality. Yeah, work on that, please, because I could be reading so much more content if it had better search functionality.
You have to like be very, very specific in the search function to find what you're looking for.
Or your reading. Authors just have to do really well with tagging.
Yeah, which is rare. Like if you find my fics, don't. But if you do, like
don't.
Please. But there's like a million tags on there. And I tag like in every possible thing so that it could come up.
And then like that exposure.
once you find your one person that you read a lot from, they will post about other authors, and then that's how I've come to this like conglomerate of authors that like become friends with each other because they write the same kind of content. And I had a couple authors that I loved on Tumblr reach out to me like, oh my god, I love your story, like can you like let me know when you drop the next part? And I'm just like,
oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, so content really varies, and it seriously defines who you are as a person, and it also kind of ties in with your childhood traumas. But, you know, whatever content that you consume and you enjoy, which I hope is this podcast, you know, I don't think you should ever feel ashamed of consuming the type of content that you do, unless it's some weird furry stuff, because then I am judging.
Looking at you, you know.
You know who.
You know.
But I hope you enjoyed this spiel of nonsense. Hope you're staying safe out there, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening and watching and doing all the things.
Adios.
Vaguely adult, things are just vaguely adult.